man, I was fat. It's throwback time! Hey guys, welcome back to Casual. Man, it has been so long since I did a table talk. I've been meaning to share with you guys more about my life, and I think right now this is the perfect opportunity. With the current situation, we are all at home under lockdown from COVID-19, and currently I have been stuck at home for almost 21 days. Can you imagine? I have not stepped outside to see the greenery for almost a month, and I'm surprised I'm not going insane. Hope you guys are safe too. So from the title, I thought I would share you guys more about my life since I've already shared more about my high school experiences. This will be more of a general area of my life growing up as a child and also things that I experienced or liked. Alright, let's get to it. This. I was a fat kid, guys. I was really round and chubby. I think I still am. So yeah, I was really a chubby kid growing up. What annoyed me so much was how my mom or my mom's friends, those aunties, would kind of like pinch my cheeks because I was really round and adorable to them. They wanted to just really smother me like crazy. But the bad thing was I was getting a little bit overweight as a child, and as I was going to age 13, I was almost 70 kilos. That is really heavy for a 13-year-old child. I guess it never occurs to people that I looked like that last time compared to now. Yeah, I had to do a lot of things, but I'll get to that later. When I was like maybe 7 or 8, my mom sent me to swimming lessons. So I had a swimming coach with other bunch of children, and the coach was pretty mean. He kind of said I was a bit like fat and overweight all the time. So I remember I told my mom I threatened to quit if he called me that again, and I did. Conclusion, guys, please don't fat shame children. It's really not healthy. But on the plus side, I did learn how to do more swimming stuff, the basic ones like breaststroke, freestyle, and butterfly, which I'm not really good at. I think I might just stick with the typical dog breaststroke if I'm ever stranded in an ocean. So when I was about maybe 14, I decided I needed to lose all that weight. So what I did was I dieted like crazy, which I don't recommend to a child. I went for lots of exercises, I did Pilates, I went for runs, I ate less. Previously, I used to eat a lot, so I would cut everything. For breakfast before school, I would just eat an apple during recess. And after maybe like a year or so, I lost about 11 kg. 11 kg. From 70 to 59. It was really drastic. By the time I was 15, I was really thin. Not sure there's a picture here you can see. I was like a stick already. Yeah, the difference was pretty stark. However, I must say that my weight now is not as far from that lowest weight. Probably I'm like a 67 now, and I've been maintaining my thin figure for almost 10 years. Oh, okay, next topic. So another prominent thing about my childhood is this thing called tuition, which is after school classes. Most students who are very keen on performing academically, their parents will enroll them for after school education classes to kind of supplement or to basically reteach the same thing that the teachers are teaching in school, in-depth curriculum, so that the students are very well prepared for their exams. I think it's because we just don't trust our school teachers. Sorry teachers, I would go for tuitions like maybe twice or 3 times a week for about 2 hours. It was pretty tiring and brutal. Can you imagine after coming back from school at 1 or 2 after 7 hours to go through another lesson and stay focused? I didn't really have much of a social life back then, I think, because all my life was dedicated to studying tuition school, and it was pretty stressful. In my other video, I mentioned how high the expectations were in high schools. So this one kind of just made it more tiring. And you can see just how it is, like people just cram up in this tiny little room. It's almost like a replication of what happens in school. So you just sit there and listen to the teacher. And you have tuition homework too, aside from school homework. Next up, another big thing that I really experienced as a child, or kind of like enjoyed growing up, was this whole idea of MSN and Yahoo Messenger. How many of you guys actually know what I'm talking about? This is literally the bomb when you come back from school. I remember when I was maybe 8 or 9, I would rush back home just to log in to this MSN. Hours chatting my friends who I literally just saw in school. So I saw them there and I come back and I'm still chatting with them. And it was so fun because they had all these little GIFs back then, and also cartoons you can put on with sound animations. And we would just annoy each other like crazy. In my opinion, millennials have not lived unless they had a nudge on Yahoo. It's pretty annoying, but it was so iconic. Man, I would spend hours just doing it. That was kind of like the first taste of social media texting for me. Okay, growing up, I used to go to a lot of hawker stores and kopitiams as a child. So this is something that I think is a little bit common for most children in Malaysia, where there's this kind of center that sells all kinds of Asian food, such as noodles, rice, paos, maybe dim sum, and it's really, I don't know, nostalgic when I think about it. I used to go there almost every weekend with my parents, and the smell of it was just so tempting, you know, fried noodles, curry wafting through the air, and I would just enjoy the bustlingness. To me, I wasn't really much of a heavy eater in breakfast, so I would just order maybe a kaya pao or kaya toast. I'm a big fan of kaya, actually. And speaking of food, for myself, I was a very picky eater. You don't see it now, but man, I was a real monster back then. I refused to eat a lot of things. Probably the most difficult child ever. I remember I would always demand my parents to only make sausages and nuggets for me to eat, which is so unhealthy when I think about it. I don't recommend it, children. Stay away from fast food. I was also a very greedy fat kid, as mentioned previously. I mean, look how round I am. I think I'm still round, actually. This might shock you, but when I was younger, I used to eat 3 roti canais in a row, sometimes 3 plates of rice, and more than 2 packets of Maggi mee. It was really bad. All those carbohydrates and calories really made me expand, and I was just not really aware of it. I don't know. I just ate and ate, kind of like a binge eater sort of thing. And that's how I unconsciously grew fatter and fatter. As a child, I also loved McDonald's. Absolutely loved the double cheeseburger. I used to eat it probably like many times a month, and I would beg my dad, please can we go to have McDonald's all the time. My favorite, I don't know if you guys have done this, is to dip the French fries into the sundae cone and eat it. Oh, it's amazing, especially in the McFlurry. Okay, comment below, are you one of them? You're either a fan or you're not a fan. This is what led to my weight gain the whole time. And yeah, it kind of went more from there. Probably not the best choice. Last key point I would mention for this video about my childhood, which I really reminisce about, is me going to night markets or pasar malams. I used to go there very often with my parents. Without fail, we would be there every Sunday evening, and they're generally this big market that sells all kinds of stuff like food, goods, merchandises, which are probably fake, and just enjoy the bustlingness. It was a really fun place, and the food just enticed me so much. We would go there every Sunday around 6 p.m. after our Sunday hiking at 3 p.m. Yeah, I used to hike a lot at this place called Bukit Gasing. It's a hill area, and that's also one thing I did a lot too, hiking. I would say that this pasar malam was probably the start of my absolute obsession with desserts, because I would buy bubble tea, or it was like some kind of makeshift bubble tea back then, and it was all powdered, you know, with the coloring like strawberry powder, honeydew powder, from this little man on the stall, and I would drink so much of it when I was like 8 or 9, and this kind of, I think, cultivated the attraction of bubble tea for me. Besides that, my dad would also buy lots of cut cream cakes. There'll be huge crates of many cakes you can buy, and he would buy without fail every week many packs of cakes for me to bring to school to eat, which I absolutely loved. Kind of caused me to become this cake mania that I am right now. So thank you, Dad, for exposing me to cakes. I always feel that what you expose children to at a young age will kind of ingrain with them for the rest of their lives without them knowing. So for me, all these little things that I experienced in the past kind of led me to become who I am today. My love for going for nature hikings, my love for cakes, and my obsession with McDonald's double cheeseburgers. It all just stuck with me through now. And this video might get a little long, but I hope I will do a part 2 to explain more aspects of my life. There's so much to cover, but I think with this lockdown, who knows, I might do more and more. Alright, that is the end of the vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys subscribe and also tune in for my other videos which I actually did go out previously. I'm sorry I can't do any of it right now, but I hope you guys stay safe and stay home. I see you guys next time. Bye!